Afternoon, everyone. This is James coming to you from the 10-Minute Trader and Investing for Monthly Cash Flow. I'm going to quickly give you a quick rundown on how to use the new software. Why am I here at my Thinkorswim trading account? Well, where do I get my list from for the dividend stocks? Right here on the Market Watch. You pick a date, whatever date you want to use. I like to use 10 days prior to the trading date, which would be the 31st. And make sure you're only looking at the dividends, because if you put some of this other stuff in, it just gets a little confusing. So just get rid of all that and just have the dividend box checked off. Okay, so we had 37 stocks on Wednesday the 31st, which is going to be 10 days from tomorrow. And these are all the companies here. I'm just going to pick a couple of them, that way we don't have to go into a whole bunch of stuff. Coming over to the website, we're putting in some stock symbols. There was AAN, I believe. AAN, AJG, BAC, a whole bunch of them. D, FLR. I'll just put a few in so you get a gist how it works. BAC, BAX, C, D, and that should give us enough to take a look at. Press the go button and allow the software to do its work. What it's going to do is going to go back into the data stream, pick up bits and pieces, and then calculates what we're looking at. Now, what you're looking at, I'm going to explain to you what these columns mean. Some of it is self-explanatory. Up here is the stock symbol. Over here are the years, the average, the link to the charts, the closing price, the 52-week high, the 52-week low, the 1-year target price. Down a little bit further should be the dividend, the yield, and the 30-day average volume. Okay, so before we get into everything else, each stock symbol has 3 columns. 50 would equal to 50% of the dividend price. So if the dividend was actually 50 cents, 50% of that would be only 25 cents. How long does it take the stock to actually reach 50% of the value? Next column will be 75, or 75% of the value. Last one, 100% of the value of the stock symbol, of the dividend price, sorry. So you take the dividend that's coming up, you add that to the stock price. That will equal the new target price. So I'll give you a quick for instance. First one, AAN, the closing price was $25.05. The dividend is 2.5 cents. So if you buy the stock at $25.05, add 2.5 cents to that, and it would be $25.07. All right. First off, I don't do stocks with small dividends. Nothing below 10 cents. So get rid of that one. This one's 5 cents. We get rid of that one. I got 13 cents, 16 cents, and 70 cents. Okay, so let's look at some of the other information that we have to help eliminate some of these. Okay, so BAX has, look at that, 111130. Okay, it means it never did reach the full price there. Anyway, so the average is 1.2. What is 1.2 days? That's, 2 days for it to reach its target price. Here we got a couple of zeros and a couple of missing data. I'd get rid of those because I don't like those. 1.2. So both of these only have an average of just 1 day. Oh, slide down here a little bit more, and let's see what else we're looking at. It's stock price, the high, the low. Now, we don't want to be too close to the high, and we don't want to be too close to the low. So this is somewhere in between, so I like that. What is the yield? The yield is 1%. If I get stuck with this stock, I'm going to have a stock that's paying a 1% dividend. No, thank you. 2% or higher for me. Get rid of that one. That leaves us just one. Now, there are 57 stocks to look at for tomorrow. However, I only put it in 5 of them, I believe. So out of those 5, this is the only one worthy of looking at. The volume is good. Now, I don't like looking at anything with volume less than 500,000 shares. This has 2.7 million, great. The yield, 3.6, great. The dividend, 70 cents, good. Stock price, $75. The average is about 2 days. Okay, so I buy it at the opening for the day, let's say hypothetically 75 cents. I add the dividend to it, 70 cents. At $75.70 would be the exit target price. Okay, so the purchase price 75, the exit target price would be 75.70. Okay, so what else do we have here? we have the chart service. Click on that. It's going to open up a new window. It takes us to Yahoo Finance. Yahoo Finance already preset to bring up 10 years worth of data. If it's not bringing up 10 years worth of data, look at the 10-year chart to give you an idea of how well this stock has performed over the last 10 years. This way you'll see, or you might get a glimpse of what it could possibly be in the next 10 years. Okay, if I buy a stock today, I'd like to have a comfortable feeling that in 10 years it's going to be worth more than it is today. Now this has taken an awful long time to load, so with that being said, we could just basically talk about anything, I guess, until that time happens. But here she comes. Now this makes me feel good by looking at a wonderful chart. You can see this is 10 years worth of data. 10 years ago, this stock was $38. Now it's at $74. That's roughly 2 times. So like double your money in 10 years. Not bad, but that's not what we're looking for. We're not looking to double our money in 10 years. We're looking to capture the dividend and capture the increased payments on a consistent basis. But this just gives me an idea of what it looks like 10 years ago and what I have an idea what it could look like further on. Now these blue diamonds down here, those represents the dividend payments. The lines behind them, the green ones and the red ones, that represents the volume, how much volume. So this chart looks pretty good. Anyone, even a third grader, can tell, hey, this thing looks like it's going up. Great. So we can get out of there. We don't need that anymore. So that's roughly how to use this stock. This right here is going to the next page, which unfortunately it's not working 100% well at this moment in time. So let me show you where it actually is supposed to end up. We had to create 2 pages because it just didn't, the link is not working correctly. Alright, that was D, so we're going to put D in here. And plot the dividend, and that should give us basically the exact same numbers. Okay, 1.7, 1.8, 2.2. It's roughly about 2 days. Okay, so what is it we're looking at? This is 10 years worth of data, charts one on top of another. The yellow line down here gives you the average of what it's done over the last 10 years. Okay, these little red dots represent the dividend dates over the last 10 years. On the left side of this is 10 days prior to. So you have 1 day, 2 days, 6 days. In the top left corner, you see that number. Further out I go, -7, -10, that's 10 days out. So on average, it would look as if I bought it 10 days out. The stock would go up a little bit and then come down to the dividend date, go sideways for a while, then come back up again. So if I can get in within the first 2 days, as you can see, this is the average over the 10-year period. It gives you the average if you average them all together. So if I got in on 10 days prior to, and I'm out within 2 days, or even 3 to 4 days, great. I really don't care what it does for the rest of the year. But that's how to use the software. That allows you to make a more educated guess or an educated decision on what it is you plan on doing. Last but not least, we're going to come down to my very last thing to show you. And we're going to put in D. Hit enter, because that's what we're looking at. Now, this is nifty little. Click on standard. That should open up to a regular standard chart. This is what the stock has done for the past year. Now, it's not clear as the nose on your face that it's going in an uptrend, but as you can see, it is moving the uptrend. Now, that's just this past year. What I was going to show you is hit on the style button right here, come down to chart mode. You have standard monkey bars and all that kind of stuff. I like to go to the seasonality. Seasonality tells you how it has performed over the last few years and how it's doing right now. Okay? The red line represents the seasonality over the past few years. What does it do normally? This is what it's doing right now. This time of year, this is where we are right now. So as you can see, in the next few days, it's going to stay right where it is, then slowly go down, then head back up again to end up at the end of the year on the high note. So it's not in a downtrend, it's actually in an uptrend for what it normally does. So this, to me, is a good deal. I'm not saying that this is what you should buy. I'm just showing this is how you use the software and the other neat, interesting, fun things they have available. So this is James checking out for now. You guys have a great day.